Hi guys, so I'm back. It's been a minute since I was working on these pages. I've had a couple of things going on, but I did kind of work out a layout for these. I like this look, but I'm trying to make it so this bow doesn't cover up the journey. So I like that. So I'm using the doilies, the I call them doily frames, and I removed half of it so that there's just the two on the inside because there was too much bulk. I am going to put a little tab on here to open it up, and I've actually already got those cut, and I've got my little bowls right there. I'm going to add a little tab like right there so that they can lift it with the tab, and then the bow roughly going to go something like that. I don't know. We'll work it out as we start going. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the banners together. I haven't cut all the words for these banners, so I have to do that too. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started with adhering all the banners together. Now this is a cut from my silhouette. Goob's nail polish right there. I was painting my nails. As you can see, I got them, or had them redone. Okay. So, yeah, that's about the only exciting thing. My little puppies, Blake and Truly, they're naughty. I know I told you how they ate the couch prior. So the first one was the arm of the couch. And I don't know if I told you, but there was a second nibble. And it was a cushion. So he's seriously eating my couch. I am not 100% sure what to do. So just trying to work through that. It seems that the behavior is really when we're gone for work. So, during the long days that we're gone. I can't help that, and I'm not sure exactly how to make the anxiety better. My friends have, a few of my friends locally here have suggested putting them in kennels, but they just love to be together, and I would have to put them in separate kennels because I don't have one big kennel. And it just breaks my heart because I don't know a lot about his story before we adopted him. I might have mentioned, but he was pulled from a high kill shelter in California from a rescue up here in Washington State, and they brought him up here, and they didn't know much, and his foster mom had him for about 6 weeks, and I think fostering dogs is awesome. The only thing is, there were, I think she had 5 dogs, I think, altogether. And the only problem with that is if there's a mess in the house or someone destroys something, unless you see them do it, you don't know which dog is doing it. And she had mentioned when we picked him up that, I'm just going to move this back just slightly so I stay on camera. She had mentioned that there were a couple of accidents in the house, but she didn't think it was him because, yeah, she just didn't think it was him. but he's having accidents in the house. He just, honestly, he likes to poop in the house, and I don't know how to get him to not. We take him outside, we've walked him, all of that, and I always say it's his afternoon constitutional, but beginning to find out that it's actually in the morning time, and he did it this morning, and I was so mad. Had just let them out, and everything was fine. Was getting ready, and all of a sudden, that smell. And the back door was actually even open. So I don't know what he was doing, but he pooped in the house. So then he had to go get shut outside, and it breaks my heart to have to to discipline him at all, because like I said, I don't know his background. And he's been so flinchy, he's been abused, any movement really, that to lower your voice, or because literally, he knows when he's done bad. He knows it. And I'll go to pick him up to put him outside, and say, you go potty outside. And, he cowers and he runs, just from, and we don't, spank or swat or anything like that with our animals. But I really think that he was abused, or, just maybe he was living out on the street for a long time, and he just, has a mistrust of, someone treated him poorly. I don't honestly know, but it just breaks my heart. But we can't have him keep, chewing up the furniture and, pooping in the house. It's just, I'm sure, animals, it comes with the territory. But sorry, I was counting. I can't have my husband come home every day after work and, spend, 20 minutes cleaning up the house because, he's pooped or, chewed on the couch. And, he's getting super frustrated. So I have to figure something out. Not figure something out where we're going to be getting rid of him or anything, but just figure out how to fix this. Because I just, I know my husband is very at his wit's end with this. He doesn't want, to have to clean up all the time, after animals. So anyway, there's that. And I know some people might be like, well, you do have 2 dogs. And, how do you know it's just Blake? Well, this stuff didn't happen before he got here with us. Truly, she had a few, she wasn't perfect potty training, but, before we got Blake, she hadn't had an accident in over 6 months, when she was a puppy, she chewed on a few things, but it was my things, not just household things. She chewed on a pair of my shoes. She chewed on my glue gun cord. What's really interesting is we have a lamp in the living room. We have more than that, but, just 3 lamps. But when she was a puppy, the 3 lamps that she chewed on, the cords she chewed on, were my lamps before my husband and I got together. So they were I own them. They're ours now. But anyway, the thing is it's just when she was a puppy, she would just chew on my things. she would never chew on, anything of my husband's. He could leave his phone cords out. He could leave his shoes out. It didn't matter. She was not going to touch those items. And I don't know what it was. Maybe it was that she was so mad at me for leaving for work, but you know, she would chew on those things. And it was always my things that she would chew on. So we are, really sure that it wasn't that it's not truly. I mean, unless we had a puppy cam or something like that, we couldn't be 100% sure. But we are, sure with enough confidence that it is Blake doing these things. But I just don't want to have to resort to kenneling them. And I know a lot of people say, it's safer for them and, it makes them feel safe and this and that. But, in Truly's entire life, she had to stay in the kennel once while we were gone when we first got her, because it was the first day we got her and we had to leave. And then there were a couple other times where she did get put into puppy timeout in the kennel, but that was for 3 minutes. So I know we're really tough corporal punishment type. So anyway, they've never been kenneled, and I don't know what Blake's life was before that. If in the shelter he was kenneled, and I have no idea. But it breaks my heart. I just can't. I can't do it. I just can't kennel them. I don't know. So that's my excitement going on. Let's see. Oh, I bought I bought the Silhouette mink. The one that makes stamps. Very excited about that. I did a pre-order for it. So I'll try and do an unboxing and maybe a demo tutorial. I'm not sure, but I'm very excited about that. And what else? That's it. That's really it. There isn't a lot of excitement going on. Let's see. I don't know. It's Friday, so it's my day off. Jack and I are talking about going to look at furniture today. I know, after I just said that my dog just chewed on my couch. We're not talking about going to pick up or, look at couches or anything as of yet. Not until we get this whole destroying thing under control. But we're going to go look at a new bedroom set because it's time for us to grow up. You know how when couples get together, they kind of merge all their stuff. Well, most of the stuff, like our bedroom set and things like that, is my set from before Jack and I had even met. So I think we've just kind of decided, now that we're married, that we are going to grow up and get grown-up furniture, I guess, and matching and all that. I know grown-ups don't always have matching furniture, but we're going to get something that is more, I guess, age appropriate. The furniture that I've had for a very, very long time. It is actually an Ethan Allen. I don't remember. It's so funny. Little girl furniture, basically. So my husband, who's, 6'5", big burly, tattoo looking guy, he looks kind of funny when he's, going to get his socks out or get a t-shirt from the dresser, because it's very delicate and girly. And so it's pretty funny. So we decided maybe get something a little more to our style now. And we already talked about it. Excuse me. Once we do... It's been crooked the whole time. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Once we do decide on a new furniture set and we do get it, the furniture that we currently have is going to go to his nieces, because they just his brother and wife just moved into a new house, and they're for the first time ever, the girls have their own rooms. So the furniture set that they had is now split up between 2 rooms. So they definitely need more furniture, and it's definitely something that I would like to do for the girls, because it's really nice furniture. He's got there's two nieces. His one brother has two daughters and a son, and one of his nieces is 12, and the other one is 8, just turned 8. So it's more age appropriate to them. Hang on, I hear my puppies. Be right back. Okay, so everything's okay. They were just barking at the neighbors again. So I'll now have to do a little bit editing. So anyway, the furniture, I'm kind of excited about. It'll be, besides the new car, it'll be the first real grown-up thing that we've really ever bought together. So that's going to be fun. I know it's weird to think of, that. It's actually still very weird to say my husband. We've been together 8 years, and just recently got married. We were engaged for about 6.5 years. And yeah, so it's still weird, even though we've been now married for a year. It's still a little strange. I'm going to just bring this in and hold that down. It's still strange calling him my husband sometimes. My sister, actually, it was kind of funny, because I was over at my mom's and we were talking. I go, yeah, my husband. And she goes, you don't have a husband. I go, yeah, I do. She goes, nope. So my sister is like, it's not that she doesn't like him. It's just, she thinks it's weird. Or not weird, but, it's just strange after so long that, it's official. So, yeah. Oh, now they're running and playing, which is good. They need to burn off some of that energy. I just love these little banners. They're just so stinking cute. I was almost thinking about doing a different color in the background instead of black, but I just thought that the black stood out and it kind of carried the theme, because I did use the black bags and cardstock, so it just carried that kind of throughout. And here they are. So you're probably going to hear them wrestling around in the background, because they are playing pretty hard right now. I hear them. And they just came in here. I have their dog beds. 2 of their dog beds in here. I know, I said 2 of their dog beds. They have beds all over the house. And, well, yeah. They're playing around in here now. They think I'm talking to them because I'm just talking. and they know that there's no one else around to listen. Well, they don't know that you guys are listening. But yeah, have tomorrow, very exciting, is Stamp Camp. And for those that don't know, it's kind of like a convention where it's actually Stampin' Up. And what they do is, I've never been before, but from what I understand, you know, you pay the enrollment, the registration fee, and during the Stamp Camp, you actually get to make 6 cards, and then they have all sorts of what do you call it? All sorts of other samples of, you know, products or projects you can do with their products. They give you a gift certificate for product. So yeah, I'm really excited. I've never been. I'm gonna go excuse me, with my friend Tara, who is the one who just recently is the one who got married, and we're gonna make a day of it. The only thing is I'm going to miss my sister-in-law's surprise birthday party. So fortunately, Jack is going to have to go to that alone, and he seems okay with it. I feel bad. We just recently went down to my mom's. I think I told you guys, because my sister's fiance was in town to meet the parents. I just have this little catch in my throat today. So anyway, so Jack had never met him either. So my sister called a family dinner, and Jack met him. I already talked about that in another video. I just remembered. Sorry, I need a little drink. And so I feel bad because he just went to that family event with me, and now I'm kind of ditching out on him for his. Not intentional at all. It just happened. So, for the words on here, I used the white diamond basil shimmer paper, but I inked over it with the twisted citron. So you guys will see me creating that. I had at first thought that I was going to spray it, and I accidentally sprayed the wrong side of it, but this is going to work just fine. I want to make it a little bit darker so it stands out. I want to use a couple more scratch pieces for this. So, there you go. Can get probably get a little more even coloring if I use the spray, because I could spray it and then I could, you know, kind of zhoosh it around. But it's okay. We'll do one more sheet just in case. Probably won't need it, but you never know, because you got to do 6. So 6 of these pages. So, yeah. And it doesn't have to be super, super even right now, because remember, I'm going to cut the words out, and so it's not going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be just little pieces of it that you're going to actually see. So it's not going to be one. So one of the things I thought about doing was either glossy accenting the words or getting out my melting pot and doing just making them really thick so they stand out a little bit more. And then I remembered I already glued the one set down, so I wouldn't be able to do that set, and I kind of don't want to redo it. So there's that, because it's, I mean, I guess I could glossy accent that one. Oh, what the heck? Why not, right? You only live once. Now, I have to create more room on my table because, sorry, I have to get my big shot out. Got to use that because I got to cut the words out. And I'm using the Tim Holtz dies, and they are the Thinlits, and this is the package, and it's from the Adventure set. So this is the one that I'm using, so you can see Enjoy the Journey right there. Oop. Sorry about that. Okay. I've got my handy dandy big shot, and I even put my new plates on. My old plates were so terrible, guys, so terrible. I think it'll be okay. I think on YouTube, just trying to get this the most, it's fine. There is a video on, you know, obviously the different sandwiches. I was thinking, I was just about to use, and this is probably going to wiggle the camera a little bit. I was thinking about using the, what's the word I was looking for? I was thinking about using my precision plate for these, but I heard that you should only use them with the solid dies and not your little, like, the wafer thin dies, obviously, but not the dies that only that have the open backs. You only want to use them with the solid, because otherwise you can warp your dies. So that's what I heard, but I need to go take a look at that because I don't know if that's true. So if it is true, let me know so we can, you know, set the record straight, because I would hate to use my precision plate and ruin any of my dies or, you know, anything like that. So if you know, let me know. It's just something that I had heard. So I'm not 100% sure, because I'll be honest, I didn't have a chance to watch the video yet. So, yeah. So, there we go. Those trains are so loud sometimes. just... And I usually run them through twice, only because, and I'll tell you why, because I'm lazy, and if I roll them through that way, then I have to reach over to the other side. But if I roll them back towards me, then they just pop out on the same side that I'm on, and it just makes my life that much easier. So I normally only do that because I am a little lazy. But some of all the big shots are calibrated differently. So, you know, you may find that you need a couple of passes. I believe that the precision plate was to help alleviate the need to do multiple passes on your more intricate dies. In fact, that is what it was created for. So, but these dies, they cut beautifully. The Tim Holtz, his dies, I've never had a problem with them cutting, whether they were the wafer thin dies or, you know, anything like that. But there are other more intricate dies. I actually have a tab set that I love to use. It's, you know, you can use them for anything. One of them's a cupcake, one of them is a party hat, and the other is a butterfly, and I love the butterfly tab. I use it every chance I get. In fact, I was going to use it for this mini, but I decided to go with a different tag. So, but it is a terrible die because everything gets stuck. So I haven't gotten a chance to use it since I got my precision plate, but I'm very excited for the next project that I do to test it out and just see how it works. So I know die cutting, it's so exciting, right guys? Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video there, and I'm going to continue in just a second because I do have the other video that I have to marry together. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks for watching.